The title of my poem is The Space You Melted in Me. I learned your shape by the way my life curved around it, by how rooms felt fuller simply because you existed nearby. I tell myself I only need to be close, not chosen, not held, just close enough to feel real. I will take what you give, whatever space you allow me, because my heart is soaked in oil. You don't even have to strike the match. Being near you is enough to burn. You never meant to hurt me. That's the hardest part. There is no cruelty in your leaving, only distance expanding quietly. Like color fading from a photograph while I was still smiling. I memorized you before I knew I would need to. The sound of your laughter, the way your voice softened when care slipped through. Those details live in me now, long after you stopped exhibiting them. You didn't disappear, you just stopped staying while I stayed anyway. Some absences scream. Yours hums, low and constant, filling every place my heart tries to rest. I tried to forget you, not out of anger, but because remembering feels like touching a bruise that never healed. Still, forgetting feels like betrayal, like erasing proof that I mattered to someone, even briefly. I reenact our conversations with the air. I rewrite endings where you hesitate, where you choose me. Even if only in theory, I know it's foolish, but it's easier than accepting that I stayed loyal to something you had already left behind. I don't miss who you became, I miss who you said you were. The kindness that felt like home, even if it was temporary, even if it was never meant to last. And still, I come back to our memories, even when seeing you hurts, even when the place is too small to fit me. I drag my heart through the oil of what you call friendship and tell myself this is survival. A kiss to my wrist, but never to my lips, and I pretend it's enough. That's the strange equation of love, how something can be everything for me and still not be enough for you, how we settle for fractions just to avoid the terror of zero. I live in the space you used to fill, learning that healing isn't forgetting, it's learning how to breathe without someone who never realized how deeply they were needed. Maybe one day the ache will soften, maybe one day I will mistake proximity for belonging. Until then, I carry the sadness carefully, because it proves I loved honestly, because it reminds me that my heart was brave enough to hope wildly, even when it burned.
Intricate glass stained windows, embellished with wilted flowers. Hueful blossoms of spring, the bird is nowhere to be found. Color blocks of missing bloom, but the garden is still sunken under. One cannot think twice. Ingrained color vanished, already known. The white country barn is forsaken. Various whispers of dead hay, desperate. The heavy-hearted wind amplifies, wanting to be heard. Watching what is around, redefining what it means to be there, taking and breathing this in. For to be seen is to be heard. The resilient world carries the wildflower seeds, astray, lost, and scattered. For what is to be known is to be what is to arrive. The river flows, a path of a gentle life, carrying the seeds and shades of poppy, marigold, and canary, all intertwining, creating a perfect landscape of hue. The sunset speaks to who it'll be meant for. These captures of film are calling a new age. It is encapsulating. It is home. The lakeshore is also calling. I hope we will see it soon. The world gently brushes against the sleeping strands of grass, a reminder of the new age. It is interlaced with the delicacy of the water that surrounds it. It is beautiful, yet unsettling. The brushstrokes of life and death, all repeated in invisible patterns. Soon, the late goldenrod is born. It is sun-kissed and serene. The gardener rejoices in its rebirth.
And this is my poem, Flesh. Pick. I can't remember a time in my life where the skin didn't peel from my palms. Maybe I was around 6 when I started to pick. It reminds me of how bothered Father used to feel about my rotting organ when he saw me pick, how he'd slap my palms when they stung with my pains. I needed to hide away my hands when I had to pick, watching as the skin falls away, forming new flesh, reshaping itself along with the hands it falls from, scarred with the fingers I'd used to pick. I can't remember when my mother didn't sigh at the peeling fingertips, handing me bandages for the ache in my soft childlike hands, hands that would pick. It's a constant sting, staring at a whiteboard until they look down and pick blood. Reddened fingertips, and suddenly it's hard to hold a pencil, pick. I've never liked the taste of blood, yet the iron tang stains my tongue every day. I don't want to bother with a Band-Aid. When they're freshly healed, I'll still pick. The taste of skin between my teeth. When the skin is the freshest, that's when it's easiest to pick. When I can't, I need tweezers, teeth, nail clippers that clip my skin. I'll go stir-crazy if I can't pick. My friends snag my hands, run their soft, unblemished fingers over my rotten flesh. Their kind eyes plead with me even as they wince, and as they so quietly ask, "Why did you do that?" Pick. I don't know. I just tend to pick drop. My father's scornful snaps and the sudden sting of slapping rough palms. Pick. My mother's soft urging, tisking like it's a bad habit. A habit I can't stop. Pick drop. The Band-Aid stolen from classrooms, wrapped carefully on my blood-stained fingertips to stop the droplets. Pick drop. The stinging pain my fingers created from my urge to pick. I'll never put a stop to this unending flesh-picking disease that follows me around like all my flaws on display, peeling away a vital armor on my body. It's not my fault. I don't know how it started. I just can't stop picking and peeling and picking and peeling, picking, peel, pick, drop.